Before you start, don't start, OK?
Start what?
This is the story of a little lad called Bobby.
Bobby Paul? Is that your real name?
No, my real name's Flora Margarine, but I don't like to spread it around.
Who went from welder to working men's clubs.
That's where he learned his trade.
I'll get you after!
To one of the biggest stars on Saturday night TV.
Bobby was as pure funny as you can get.
Oh, you've got me skin.
Saturday night TV was Cannon and Ball.
Cannon and Ball were TV royalty.
The best clowns are people who are rare, and I think he was an original clown.
He did everything with a sort of twinkle in his eye.
Finish. Take it!
He had brilliant comic time.
For the moment, Tommy, yes.
When he walked into a room, you knew it.
That'll do for me, Cocker.
In the end, he even made it to Vegas.
That's Vegas, eh?
Oh, I tell you.
Oh, rock on, Tommy!
Everything he did came naturally to him.
He's like a firework.
Get the liar! Liar, you little...
He could act a bit too.
He was the best at every level.
Bobby had a career in television that spans 7 decades.
Hello, Lee.
And how do I know? Because I was with him for 57 years.
You'll do for me, Cocker.
Oh, he was my other half, my partner in crime, and my best pal through all of life's ups and downs. And I'm going to tell you all about him, and so is everyone else who loved him.
I've never laughed so much in my life.
So brace yourselves. Are we ready then, Bobby?
Rock on, Tommy, you'll do for me.
My pal Bobby was born Robert Harper in Oldham in 1944. He was a regular performer in social clubs from the age of 7 with his sister Mavis. We met in 1964 on my first day at a welding factory in Oldham. Let me try and tell you about it. Bobby was a welder, and I...
No, Tom, hang on.
What?
Top weld.
Bobby was a top welder. Hey, get used to that. I have.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll start again. All the lads clocked in. The 500 men on that shop floor. Bob was the first person to speak to me because he came in late. Saying his first words, he said, "Hello, cock," and that where it walked by. A few months later, he came up to me and just said, "Listen, how about starting a double act?" And it wasn't long before we were doing just that. Performing in working men's clubs across the north of England.
We started as singers. We did one place, and this fellow said, "Hey, what are you doing? I book comedians here. Don't pretend to be comedians if you're not." So when it was him that turned around and said, "Right, next booking, we open with a song, and we finish with a song, rest we'll do comedy."
Our first TV appearance was on the talent show Opportunity Knocks in 1969. We came last. I can't show you it because someone wiped it. That tells you all you need to know. Anyway, it was back to clubland for me and Bobby while we polished up our act.
We could work in clubs 7 nights a week, 52 weeks a year. There were that many. That's how we learned our craft. In them days, in the clubs, they told you if you were rubbish, you were out.
Our next big TV outing was on Granada TV in 1974.
Rock on!
Hey!
Reggie, rock
What are you doing?
Rock on!
What are you doing? I said we've only just come off.
Rock on! Rock on!
Rock off!
He was this massive volcano of energy, this little packet of dynamite.
Look after yourself, Tommy!
I will, Robert.
You'll do for me!
Bobby had such unique talent and an amazing energy.
But our big break came in 1978 when we were booked to perform as regulars on Bruce Forsyth's Big Night Out. And we smashed it after a few early technical itches.
The press started saying, "What's happened to Cannonball? They're advertised every week, but they're never seeing them. Who are this Cannonball?"
The camera crew went on strike. So then the press started calling us Cannon and Blackout.
They did, yeah.
And now it's time to welcome a new double act.
But eventually, we made it on screen.
Cannon and Ball.
Oh, that's nice. At last. Good evening, everyone. My name's Tom Cannon. And I'm down here special tonight. What's wrong with you?
My bottle's gone.
This combination of switching from one thing to another, the character was very much a quintessential extension of certain facets of this world.
I'll get you after.
Forget it.
And then a year later, we were off with our very own primetime slot.
Grin me a grin.
Before Ant and Dec, these guys were Saturday night television.
Down a nod? Yes, nod. No nod. Come in, nod.
What looks ad-libbed, raucous and chaotic and a bit of a shambles is actually rehearsed within a second of its life.
Of course, I was the straight man, and Bobby was the live wire.
Oh, good evening, ladies or gentlemen. And. What about me, Aunt Tommy?
He was completely full of life all the time. You know, it was like his fuel, wasn't he? He was like just being mischievous in a corner somewhere.
It's called Who Killed Bernard Bickerstiff? It's an dimwit.
You mean an whodunit?
I don't know, Tommy. I've not reached the end yet, but I'm nearly there.
Bobby had a knack for coming up with unforgettable catchphrases all the time.
I'm losing it, Tommy, I'm losing it.
All right, cocker.
That'll do for me, Cocker. Deep down. Deep down. You really hate me. I'll get you after.
You little liar.
Little liar. Little liar.
Oh! Oh! Hey! Hey, Tom, you've got me skin.
Got me skin.
Thank you! Constantine! I'll take you!
David Essex came out with a song called Rock On. And that's where Rock On Tommy came from. Hey, rock on, Tommy. The braces, that were Tommy, that. He said, oh, we need something a bit different. So I got this baggy suit. What's all
We used to wear a thick, big belt, didn't you, Randy?
Yeah. He said, what you want are braces. Get some braces to hold them up. So I kept doing that, putting them back on. That became that. Then I put the leg in with it, and it became all together. Rock on, Tommy.
Rock on, Tommy. Rock on, Tommy. That's gonna go forever.
Rock on, Tommy.
I first came across Cannon and Ball on Saturday nights on ITV, where I think I connected
Evening.
with him straight away. There was a sketch they did with Steve Davis. It was about an imaginary snooker table.
I would have forgotten how surreal some of them got.
What was that noise then?
On several occasions, Bobby threatens to smash Steve Davis's face in.
I think the pure genius of Bobby was his comedic timing. You can't be taught that.
Before you start, don't start. OK?
Start what?
There was a sketch he did. All it was Tommy saying, "You're laughing." And all he said was, "I'm not," about 20 times.
What are you laughing at? Are you doing something funny or something? As you're laughing?
I'm not. You are laughing. Look at your face. I'm not.
You are laughing.
I'm not.
And I defy you to find a better place to say, "I'm not," in that whole sketch. Timing was brilliant.
The hottest ticket in the UK was to see Cannon and Ball live, to get a ticket. And don't forget, they sold out the Dominion quicker than Bruce Springsteen sold out Wembley.
You fancy me, don't you? Hey, fancy me? The leg, isn't it? I was better.
Forget your legs, right?
I mean, we're two lads from Oldham, working class lads, and suddenly we're pulling out 20 million viewers at a show, and it's crazy.
We entertained royalty. Hey, he even did a film.
Just a minute, just a minute. Are you aware you've just assaulted a police officer? You saw him, Tom. He hit a policeman. Cool it.
It was non-stop, and we loved it. And when fashions changed and the comedy work dried up, no matter. We were off doing other things. I'm going to tell you about what Bobby got up to next. We've got some right stories.
My dad had a lot of talents, actually. He did children's books, good songwriter, played guitar, poetry, drums, music, singing, everything. Awful, really.
Hey, what a surprise this is, eh? God, Medina, you could have had.
You weren't ready, were you?
Bobby Ball, a unique standout talent, our very own Charlie Chaplin, with a twinkle in his eye. And he was my best pal. But the thing about Bobby was, it felt like everyone knew him.
Hello, Tommy.
Hello, Bobby.
Hello, Tommy. Hey.
Hello, Bobby. I've just said it, haven't I?
How are you?
But let me tell you, no one knew him better than his wife Yvonne and his kids, who he loved dearly. They had to put up with him, even more than I did.
He always called me Yvonne, except when he was falling out with me, and he always said, Yvonne. We had laughter, we had love. Anything I wanted, he would give me. That was Bob.
My dad, as a dad, was a mate, a proper good friend. Like you say, you ring him up for advice and we'd have a proper belly laugh together. We had the same sense of humour. Just best mates, really.
My dad, growing up, always was full on with being a father, with being a husband, with being an entertainer, with being a friend. He could fill a room just with his presence.
When I was 10, I realised my dad was famous. We was sort of going down the North Pier and there was just people queuing for miles to see him. And I realised and I thought, that there's something special here, it's crazy. But as a kid, it was just my dad, you know.
People from school used to come knocking on the door asking for autographs when I was like 7 years old and when we had to move.
By the turn of the millennium, we weren't on TV as much as we had been in the old days. But we carried on touring and appearing in Panto. Then in 2005, we got a call from our old pals, ITV.
Oh, it's a new guest!
Would me and Bobby fancy a stint in the jungle?
Hey, what a surprise this is, eh? Nice to meet you.
It would be a game changer.
When I found out they were going to do I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of It, it was like, oh, this is great. Because now my kids will know what I've been talking about all these years.
Then you could have had you already knew.
After a few years out of the TV limelight, it was great to be back.
He loved every minute. And he said he would go back in a heartbeat.
Suddenly, we had a new generation of fans. Everyone started to see a new side to me, and especially Bobby.
My dad had a lot of talents, actually. He did children's books, good songwriter, played guitar, poetry, drums, music, singing, everything. Awful, really.
Bobby Ball could have put his hand to anything had he been given the opportunity.
Well, we knew Bobby could make us laugh, but was the world ready for Bobby Ball, the actor?
Hello. Hello. I'm Georgie Godwin, fastest man in Britain.
Guaranteed, I'm the only one that sings.
I met Bobby when Caroline Aherne and I were wanted to cast a character in a film we made called The Fattest Man in Britain.
What's the latest sales figures on the T-shirt?
Nana, oh, but यार इतने T-shirt कितने बेचे?
एक भी नहीं बेचे.
नहीं.
Well, you're not promoting them right. You've got to get them out there because they'll sell as sure as I've all in me.
We wrote the whole thing thinking Bobby Ball has got to play this character. And we met him, and I sort of went to shake his hand, and he just looked me up and down and said, all right, cock. And I thought, I knew we were going to get on, and we did.
He was confident to be himself and to be genuinely open and kind and kindly with people. And he had a naturalness, which I think you can see in his work.
We wouldn't be here in the first place if it wasn't for Toby. He should definitely jump next.
Exactly.
I agree.
Well, see, as a performer, as an actor, he just kind of inherently knew where the funny was.
Hello, Lee.
Oh, my God. Hello, Dad. So it's true. You do exist. For me, being in the scene, it was just... And to be honest, I never got over this, really. It was always, wow, that's Bobby Ball. Because he was beyond massive.
See, you can get so used to loving someone that it becomes normal.
Bob's background in comedy was, well, it was essential to his timing as an actor, because his timing was sublime. He had this deep, deep pathos. He could switch it. He could switch his emotions.
You know what? I knew it as soon as you mentioned Middlesbrough.
Bobby completely worked on instinct. He could turn from funny to full tears in a heartbeat.
When he was on set, you had to look at him. You had to watch him. He had such a magic about him.
Bobby was a joy to direct. It was just the glint in his eye. You can't teach somebody to have a glint in their eye. It's either there or it isn't.
Do you want to park your car in front of mine?
Can't just leave it there. It's been a long drive.
Just pop it in front of mine.
What we needed was someone who was warm and naturally warm, because the character was so abrupt.
He's not blessed, is he, that Andy Murray? He's like his mother. His neck's as thick as his head.
Whatever he says, it doesn't matter. Coming out of him, it's still sweet or funny or ridiculous. He did it brilliantly, and he's a brilliant actor.
In 2017, we were approached to take part in an ITV series that would take us to Las Vegas for the first time ever.
Where am I going? I'm going to Vegas!
A lifelong dream was about to come true. We started out in the pubs and clubs, and 50 years on, me and Bobby were going to the entertainment capital of the world. I'm going to do something different tonight.
What we doing?
Well, no. I'm going to sing a song solo.
Without me?
Yeah, without you.
First time in Vegas?
Yeah, first time in Vegas. I'm doing it on my own.
No, Linda, man. Actually, no, Linda, man. I don't blame you, because Tommy's got a fantastic voice.
Thank you, Robert.
I've got all your record.
Going to Las Vegas, I think, was probably one of Bobby's greatest achievements, because he'd done everything. The Royal Variety Shows, the Palladium. They'd been everywhere. They'd been there and they'd done it, but never done Vegas. So it had to be a supreme moment in their careers.
Bobby had gone from a welder with me at a factory in Lancashire to the biggest of stages. When we did Las Vegas, I had no idea at that time it would be one of our last performances as a double act on the telly together.
Tributes have poured in for comedian Bobby Ball, who has died aged 76 at Blackpool Victoria Hospital.
We'd all been out for Sunday lunch the week before, and he was out singing, and he was always full of life.
Thought it was just chest infection. So then the ambulance people come, he's gagging with them, and all of a sudden he sat over there, and they said, we're taking him in. And I went, is that necessary? He said, yeah, it's absolutely necessary.
He was laughing and joking with the nurses, and, because he could not entertain. He always used to say, nobody can worry if they're laughing.
I couldn't go and visit him, which was the most heartbreaking thing. He wasn't responding, so they let me first time out. And then I said to him, I've got the Chardonnay on ice for you. And he went, I said, oh, you put your hand up for that, didn't you?
Thought it was going to get better. So I did the last conversation. I thought, come on, Dad, you can beat this. And he was responding, he was fighting,
Utter disbelief. The Bob I know, I still think he is going to come in the door and go, fell for that, didn't you?
And he gave me these. Rock on, Dad. Bobby Ball, can you see it? These mean a lot to me, and I'm really going to miss them.
To think that I'm not going to speak to him at Christmas, that's really sad.
I think if Bobby was watching this, he'd say, I tell you what, Cock, why don't I come back down and do 2 minutes for you for this documentary about me? How about that?
Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. And I'm smiling because Bobby Ball was part of my life.
I can hear him up there now, still singing, saying to me, come on, Tommy, rock on, pal. And don't be so damn soft. Let me tell you, Bobby, it's not that easy.
And every time I hear the song, it brings back so many great memories. And it hurts now. It hurts when I hear the song because he's not there. To know how much love there is for him right now, you know, that's what hurts.
Laugh me a laugh, grin me a grin, and then I know that we can win. Dance me a dance, joke me a joke, and blow the clouds away.
Rock on, zombie.
You gotta play me a tune, or sing me a song, and we can help push life along. Just you and me, come on and see, together we'll be okay. Follow me through into the sun, and we can smile, everyone. You gotta join in with me, then we are free. It isn't hard to do. I said, open the door, open your heart.
The world is waiting.
Take a bow, just you and me. Come on and sing, together we'll be okay. Together we'll be okay.
Together we were okay, weren't we? You did for me, Cocker. Good night and God bless. I love you, pal.
What an absolute legend and truly lovely man. And there's more examples of just how brilliant he was over on ITV3 next, in the best of Cannon and Ball.